Hey guys, how you doing? This is Juan with Liberty Graphic Designs, and on this video we're going to talk a little bit, just a little bit, on digitizing. Don't go anywhere. There's a few of you that keep asking me to make videos on digitizing and embroidery, mainly digitizing, right? And I normally don't upload anything on digitizing because mainly because you guys don't watch it, and second is that it's so boring, and it's such a deep subject that I honestly don't want to get into it. Because there's so many variations, there's so many ways of doing digitizing, there's so many ways of messing up and fixing stuff and just going back and forth, that honestly I just don't want to deal with it. And that's one of the reasons why I don't ever talk about digitizing. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, digitizing is for embroidery, like when we create the artwork and stuff like that. But I want to make a small video on just touching very little, not even the basics. I mean, it's so small, so little that I'm going to be touching on that is barely going to touch the basis of. And I'm just going to show you how I create my digitizing for embroidery. So we're going to be doing some, I guess, some easy step digitizing, and another one that might be like hand digitizing. But again, it's going to be very small. So let me show you real quick. I'm going to be recording my screen, and one of the reasons why I'm going to be recording my screen is because my screen capture, for some reason, it just don't want to work. It's just messing up a lot. So that's why you're going to be seeing me just recording my screen instead of my using a screen capture. So one of the first things that we do is, like I said, for example, if you want to digitize a logo, let me pull up a logo that I can use real quick. And let's say, for example, if you guys watch my last video, I think I was doing some bottle openers. Okay, so let me show you how I do the digitizing. First, I create the logo, and in this case, I'm creating this logo in LXI or Flexi. And then what I do is I'm gonna select it, and I'm gonna copy that. And if you can actually design it in whatever software you have, just copy it. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna paste it onto, I'm using Wilcom 4.2, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna paste it there. The logo is a little big right now when you bring it in, but I'm gonna size it. But before I size it, I make sure that it's right in the center. So on this top left hand corner, there's where we position it. And now that it's exactly in the center, next thing I do is I'm gonna size it. In this case, we're gonna make it 4 inches wide. Let me zoom in now so you can see it, because now it's 4 inches wide. It's 4 inches wide by 1 3/4 tall. Okay, so now that we have our actual logo that we want to digitize, there's several ways that we can digitize it. The easiest way to digitize it is by going up here, selecting one of the stitches. For example, this is the one that we select the most, which is satin. It's a satin stitch. And then this one, tatami. So for the little dude right here, it will be better if we do a tatami stitch rather than a satin stitch. But if you notice, this is so one piece, just one piece of artwork. So if I wanted to break this down, I can either break it here on the software, or I can break it on the other software. And when it's imported, it will be two different pieces of artwork. And this is so if you want to have the little guy in a different color or different stitching. In this case, I'm going to leave it just like that, but I'm going to show you how easy it is to digitize something. So we're going to click this tatami button right here, and voila, that's it, it's done. That's how easy it is. But it's not This is not all we do, but that will be the easiest. Then if we want to rearrange the stitching, or we want to have the machine do it for us, we'll click this little knife, this automatic knife, and it'll rearrange the stitches in a way that is easier for the software to handle it, just like that. So now let's say if we don't want it in tatami, we can switch it over to satin. That's what satin will look like. But I'm gonna go back just to see what it does just in satin stitch. See? So it looks all ugly like that, right? We can change the way that the stitches are going. Like for example, right here, see the stitches look really nice right here. We can come over here, grab this little icon that looks like a windshield wiper, and then we can rearrange the stitches. Hit enter, and that right there. But see how this one messed up? So now we gotta do that and rearrange those stitches. That's one of the easiest ways to digitize. After we digitize, there's a bunch of other things that we gotta do. Like for example, if we go over here to this one, can double click it and this window comes up. Now this window is where we give it more stitches, and we'll make it a lot beefier. If we go and click the underlay right now, it says edge run, so we can change that to center run, to zigzag. I'm going to change the zigzag just so you can see it, and then we can run an actual stitch, like stitch out, to see what it's going to look like, and that's what it's going to look like. So whenever we get to this part right here where we change the stitching, let me jump it over. So can't even see it, it's black, right? But it's doing a hold on, I'm gonna redo that one, but I want to take the artwork out. That way you can actually see the way that it's actually stitching. So you'll see how this one right here is gonna do an edge run, and this one is gonna do a zigzag with a bunch of more stitches. So again, let me speed it up to the black part and slow it down because it's going way too fast. Let me bring it over here. And then if you notice, I'm gonna pause right there. See how this one's got that zigzag in there, right? Watch, when it jumps to the next one is just gonna do an edge run. Let me do it again, and then you'll see it. Watch, when it jumps to this one, it's gonna create that square. Let me pause it right there. See how I created that square? Well, we can put more, and this is when it's good, like whenever we're doing puff embroidery, that's when it makes sense to put more stitches than normal. So that's one way of digitizing. But now let's say, for example, you want to digitize something different, like and this is going to be a vector artwork, and I believe on the video that you saw me doing, this is one of the ones I was doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of those images, and I'm just going to copy the image. I'm going to close this because I don't need it anymore, and then I'm going to paste it on the software. So there's the image. I'm going to delete this so it's not here. We don't even need that. But now let's say, for example, you want to digitize off of an image just like that. It doesn't matter if it's all pixelated like that. And in this software, it doesn't matter. All you need is the actual image. So this is what I did on that shirt that you saw me doing, and you'll see this video on the shirt, the video for the shirt. At the end of this video, you'll see that video. This is not the same image, but it's similar. So for this one right here, we have a bunch of what do you call it? We have a bunch of different icons right here that we can use to digitize. I like to use I believe it's this one right here. Is it? Hold on, let me see. I like to use that one. It's called closed shape, digitize closed shape. So I like to use that one because for me it actually works a lot better for me, but you don't have to do that. So let's say, for example, we're gonna digitize this flower right here, and then if you notice, the petals are pretty similar. So I'm gonna grab that little tool, and then I'm gonna click whatever I want to start, like right there. If you want straight lines, you just left click. If you want circle or curved lines, you right click. So we're gonna be doing right clicks on your mouse, and the mouse is gonna I'm sorry, the line is going to follow your clicks, and it's going to create a curve line. And then we just finish it there, and we're gonna double click enter, and there it is. There's our little petal already digitized. But if you notice this right here, it has those little petals, not petals, those little pollen, whatever they're called, right? So we're gonna create those the same way. So we're just gonna, and this one's gonna be a lot easier to create those little, again, I don't even know what they're called. Just like that. And then one thing that you can do is you can grab this and use a copy and paste. So we're gonna do copy, and I'm clicking Control C, and then I'm gonna move it. But watch this, I'm gonna turn it around just a little bit, because if you notice, this one is going in a different direction, right? At a different angle, I should say. So I'm gonna move it a little more. And then since I copied that other one, all I gotta do is just paste, and it'll paste it whatever the other one was. So now I'm gonna select the other one, copy. I'm gonna bring it over here, and I'm gonna swing it so it looks symmetrical to this one. I grabbed the other one, I shouldn't. So we're gonna grab those. I click it again so I can swing it just a little bit. And I know you can't see them that good. Well, you can, right? But not all that good. And then this one right here, we're gonna turn it any color. We're gonna turn it pink. And then the again, whatever those things are called, those pollen looking deals, we're gonna put them yellow just so we can see them, right? Just like that. So then if you notice, there's something in the center as well. So for that, you can either use a circle, or we're gonna create our own, just so you know, so we can give it some character, just like this. And then we'll end it right there. And this one's right here, we can give it different stitches. Like for example, right now it's on sand stitch. We're gonna leave it just like that, right? But then we'll grab this one right here. Oops, I didn't mean to move that. I'm gonna copy that one petal, because we don't need a bunch of petals. So I mean, we don't need to digitize all these petals. So since we already got that one, select, copy. And then we're gonna move this one. And if you notice, that one's a little smaller. Hold on, I didn't grab that other one. So let me grab this one, copy. And for some reason, that one didn't want to copy. Not copy, select, copy. And then we're gonna move this over here. Click again, and then I'm gonna swing it over just to get the angle. And if you notice, I'm gonna click again, and see these nodes right here. Right now they're clear. If I click it again, they're gonna turn black. See that? Whenever it's black, that's for you to resize the artwork. So right now they're filled black. So we're gonna reshape that object. And remember, this one right here, we copied this one, so it's still in our memory. All we gotta do now is hit Control V as in Victor and paste it, just like that. And then we'll do all of that, you know, all the way around to create this little stem. We can select that same tab earlier that we selected earlier, and then we're just gonna go over the whole thing, right? And just kind of trace. And don't worry about going over or in front of that petal. We're gonna send this one to the back once we're done digitizing. So just like this, and you'll see how easy this is to digitize. So let me go back on this one so I can show you. I've been right clicking so I can select, so I can have those nice curved lines. But when it comes to a 90-degree angle, 45-degree angle, you want to have that sharp corner, you left click. See that? And then it's going to stay, and then you just keep on right clicking again to create those curved lines. You'll see it right there. And because this is a little stem, we don't have to be perfect, because, you know, let's face it, flowers, roses, whatever, the stems are not perfect, they're not a straight line. So just like this, and then we'll come to the end, click it, enter twice, and there's our stem. So now we're gonna create this one right here, right? We can create a circle and just place it right there, but I don't want to create a circle because the circle is too perfect. So we're gonna go over like this, and again, flowers are not perfect, they're not straight or perfect circle. So we're gonna create our own, just like that. And remember, this one was pink, so let's do it pink. You can change the stitching, you can change the way that the stitching is gonna be. So, but remember, I said I was just gonna do some basic digitizing, and then just like that, right? So if I was to grab this one right here, copy, and then bring it over here, and then we'll spin it around because this one is way over here, right? Notice how the branch is actually going in front of the petal, and that's not what we want. We want the branch to go behind the petal. So for that, we're gonna click on this tab right here. It says color objects right there. So this right here, we can send, this is how we put everything together. And notice how now the branch went behind the petal, just like that. So this is where we join everything, all the colors together, so they all embroider in one, what is it? Just all together. So again, we're gonna put this at the beginning. And now if I do a stitch run, so we see how the what do you call it? How the artwork is gonna embroider, then we'll see how the branch is gonna be first, and then the petals. So right here, you see, I'm gonna lower this so you can see it better. And see how it's doing the branch right now? Let's speed it up just a little bit. You see, it's doing the branch right now. So then whatever we told it to do next, now it's gonna do the pink. There you go, doing the stitch out to let her know how it's gonna go and if it looks good, just like that. There you go. And then say for example, we don't need this artwork anymore. Let me stop this. We can delete the artwork, and then we can build from here. We can start building more, creating our own branches, creating our own, like say for example, if this one needed a leaf, then you can, basically create, let's say for example, you're gonna put a leaf right here, right? You can create the leaf the way that you want it. Actually, let me go back, because remember right there, we want a sharp corner. So we got left click, and then we go back to right clicking, and this is so we can create. Oh, by the way, if you want to, like say for example, if I made a mistake here like this, that's not how a leaf is gonna look, right? So we just hit the backspace and we delete those mistakes, just like that. So again, I'm just gonna create sort of like a leaf right here, right? I know it doesn't look like a leaf, but let's pretend it's a leaf, just like that. Okay, so a leaf is gonna look not like that, but it's gonna be green, right? So there you go. I'm gonna change the stitching that way, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run another stitch right here, and this one, once we stitch this one out, we can run it a different color. We can even do little, like those little vines that the stitches, the leaves have, kind of like that. Go right here and that, and say for example, I don't have a darker green right here because I didn't upload any colors in here, but I said for example, we put that there, right, and it'll make it more like a leaf. Again, this does not look like a leaf, but it was just like very quick, so you guys can get the idea how do we digitize something like that, something so easy. And that's how we do most of our digitizing. Again, it's not, sometimes it can be a little frustrating when we have like a lot of stuff going on, But for something simple like you saw that logo being made, something like that is easy. There's not a lot to it. Especially if you have an embroidery machine right next to you where you can just throw it there and, you know, do a stitch out, a real stitch out, and you know how it's gonna look, you know, something like that. But I mean, again, it's a really cool program. Willcom is an amazing program, very, 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 very powerful. But I just wanted to make this little video because, you know, there's several people that kept asking me about digitizing. Yeah, so this is gonna be it for this video, guys. I just wanted to show you real quick the way we digitize different things. Lettering is by far one of the easiest ones, especially if you design it by hand. If you don't have the font itself, you saw me when I brought the image in. If you don't have certain things, we can just design on top of it, and it don't have to be a perfect image. As you saw it right now, it was very pixelated, but we create our own digitizing. No problem, big, you know, no big problem. But yeah, this is gonna be it for this video, guys. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, you know, man, feel free, give it a thumbs down. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. It's a pleasure like always. If you have any questions or any comments, let me know in the comments below. Thank you, guys. Pleasure like always, and I will catch you on the next one. Adios. God bless you, and I will see you later. Adios.